Hey guys, this is Krista from the Moratorium. Do you like grisly gore and mysteries? Of course you do. That is why I suggest you subscribe to my blog, Suspended Animation, Dormant Stories Waiting to be Told, where we at the Moratorium offer a number of lurid tales from axemen running around New Orleans to phantoms in Texarkana. And if you're feeling especially generous, head over to our Patreon, where for just a couple bucks a month, you can help the Moratorium grow. And that would be pretty kick-ass. And remember, long live VHS.
Low budget, no budget. It doesn't matter. We love them all. Welcome to the Yarn Wall, where Jason and I pick up the pieces from last week's pornographic ghost/demon flick, The Sentinel. We have a few deep dives and a sweet induction into the Gore-a-torium, and then a yarn that takes us into a truly independent, crazed martial arts gore gang flick. Let's get it started. Cue the music.
And in 3, 2, 1, I already forgot it.
You will be soon as big as a giant, or like all the others, dead.
You think I imagined all of it, don't you? You think I'm insane?
That's feng shui.
A match made in a bathroom. Just floating into the void.
We're in the middle of spring / summer. We don't know what season it is, right? It's like fucking... It's been monsoon season.
I have some type of clear mucus just dripping out of my nose. Some type of.
I was so afraid our mosquitoes weren't going to be able to populate this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've made them quite a little spread over here.
Oh, yeah? I saw them take away a cat earlier.
Really? How many of them?
How many mosquitoes or how many cats?
Both. What, a cat weighs, I don't know, what, 6 pounds or something? I guess that's a pretty small cat.
Isn't that what a human head weighs? Isn't that what the kid said on
yeah.
Jerry Maguire? Yeah. How did he know that? Fucking little serial killer?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, the guy that I'm talking about today, he was up to some weird shit when he was like 7, probably. Speaking of children.
Oh.
My wife has been watching a Netflix TV show, and it has grown-up kid from The Sixth Sense. I don't know his name off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that guy.
Yeah.
His eyes are too close together, by the way. I know I've said this before, but...
It's not that so much. It's that he still has his face from when he was like 5.
Is that it?
But the rest of his body is in its late 20s, early 30s.
And we're talking about Haley Joel Osment.
Yeah. Why couldn't I? He has such a specific name. Anyway, and then we started watching It's Always Sunny, and Mac, when he's fat, they look exactly the same. They look like they could be brothers. It's bizarre.
When they break down into song and dance, when it's the pinnacle of Mac being fat episode.
Yeah, I just watched that episode.
That is amazing. That is the funniest shit. But it's funny that you bring up The Sixth Sense, because I was going to talk about M. Night Shyamalan for a minute.
Okay.
So I watched the trailer for the movie Old. It's coming out.
Okay. Yes.
Do you know what I'm talking about at all?
Vaguely, just his newest joint.
Right. And it's about a family that just goes to a beachside, I guess, secluded place, and they just age very, very quickly.
Oh, okay.
There's even a tease to a woman who's pregnant, and, you know, we've talked about this accelerated, like... fetal stage, right?
Yes.
Does that have a name? We called it by something
Accelerated fetal stage. I kind of like that, but no, I got nothing better than that.
Nothing?
Accelerated fetal stage.
I could be a lot funnier, today,
You
and I'm
could
gonna restrain. I'm restraining myself.
Oh, thank you so much.
I feel like I've been too funny lately.
Yeah, we've gotten 0 emails saying that you were just people were like wrecking their cars, just spitting hot coffee onto their children. Tone it down. I'm just kidding. There's nobody listening to this except for
me, because you don't listen to it.
That's true.
Now, we do have a dedicated listener, and he recommended a movie for us to watch, and we have failed to watch it.
We have not watched it yet, I want to say, because it does look, it's one of those odd ones that I think just, it's Neon Maniacs, right?
Correct.
It's one of those weird ones that just got past me somehow. I don't know how I never...
I've talked about this in an earlier episode because I fell asleep to it one night, and I think I had to turn it because I was never going to go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
But I do recall there being an extensive band playing on a stage when the maniacs were attacking. And I swear, probably wrong, but I swear they were using squirt guns to kill these things. So anyway.
Interesting.
Nick, we will get to your movie soon. I promise you, we will get around to talking about Neon Maniacs. I have failed you this week, though.
Man, our one fan.
One guy. One guy.
Oh, wait a minute. So, were they vampires? Was it like a Lost Boys situation? Were they squirting holy water on them?
I don't
know.
Or
just water?
These maniacs actually have names, and I just watched the trailer for it just not 10 minutes ago. And they have names, like there's Hangman, and there's like Archer, there's Sword Nose. I don't know. I was kind of not paying attention.
It's a guy named Basil. And what's the neon part? They all live in the Golden Gate Bridge, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's like the main.
Is there any neon on the Golden Gate Bridge?
I don't think so.
Do parts of these maniacs glow like a neon? No. Is it just neon because it's 80s?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah. Trapper Keeper.
Trapper Keeper. That's the only thing you could think of.
When you said 80s, I thought like that, that like graph kind of, grid, and then like a laser. And maybe like a silver ball or something.
Yes. You were at a roller rink. Is that what you were saying?
No.
I envisioned a roller rink.
No, I just always think about my Trapper Keeper when I was like, I don't know, in like 5th grade or something. Wow, so cool. You get on eBay and try to find those things. They want, of course, everything like, pop culture and this nostalgic like that. They just can charge whatever, but...
That it? They're making money off of our age group.
Yeah. That's stuff that's just hardwired in there,
and we're buying it. That's what's bad. I just posted actually on my personal page. It was a bunch of metal lunchbox. Back in the 80s, and I didn't have one.
I did.
I think it was one of those things that I wish I could have had, that only the cool kids had. And here I am brown bagging it, wishing that I could be as cool as somebody with a metal lunch pail.
Yeah.
What'd you have?
Ghostbusters or possibly Mask, Mask, the like Transformers or the stuff.
Oh, no, you're not talking about Eric Stoltz?
No, not
Share
oh my God. Sam Elliott and Eric Stoltz with a giant head. What was that kid's name? Ricky or?
Oh, that's good. I don't remember. Did you just see his mug on a thermos?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, I no longer want this soup.
Oh. Rusty. No. Rocky.
Rusty
is Cher's name. Rusty is his mom's name.
Of course it is.
Oh my God. Did you know Estelle Getty is in that? Richard Dysart, Laura Dern, Harry Carey Jr. Whoa. Kelly Jo Minter.
Oh no. You're going to talk yourself into wanting to watch this now.
Wow.
You're on thin ice right now, buddy. Peter Bogdanovich directed.
Yes, exactly. Is it really a Bogdanovich? It really is. I was just talking about him for some reason.
Really?
Yes, because why was I talking about him? It just doesn't even matter.
Nope. Nobody cares but us and maybe Nick. Thanks,
maybe Nick, if you're still there, just hold on a minute. We're getting to it.
All right.
Okay, I can't find it.
Nope. I'm clicking it off.
Why is Peter Bogdanovich on It Chapter 2?
I saw that too.
Wow.
I wasn't going to bring it up.
We weren't going to have enough stuff to talk about. Anyway, no, Mask, the cartoon where they had really cool toys.
Okay.
Like a van would turn into like a van with wings or something. Anyway.
Look it up.
Look it up, you meatheads.
Google it. Let's go ahead and get this party started.
Okay, yeah. We've wasted enough time, clearly.
I think we have already. Welcome to the Yarn Wall.
It always surprises me when you announce the podcast.
I had to think for a second, well, are we doing a movie this week? I was like, holy shit. Which one is this? Is this a Yarn Wall? Is there a movie?
I'm so confused.
We just came off of watching The Sentinel, but
right.
we took an extra time between recording this, so it's been like forever. Now I have to familiarize myself with this movie.
Yeah.
And with me, as always, is Jason Walker.
Hi. 30 minutes later.
I should have waited till the end to introduce you.
Yeah, you should have.
But hey, I do want to talk about the Sentinel for a minute.
Okay, now, hey, wait a minute. Let me stop you right there. I don't know what you're doing.
God damn it.
You sound a little tinny, maybe.
Well, that doesn't matter when I'm on my mic.
Not titty baby.
Titty baby.
You were just having a little bit of that, like, robot reverb.
Oh, okay.
But now I can't hear it so much. Just wanted to tell you before we got too deep.
It's not like I'm recording like that, so.
Oh, I'm the only one that can hear it like that. Never mind.
Jason,
continue.
We have forgotten how phones work.
I don't know how computers work. I don't know how. This all seems like magic to me.
That's right. You're like, I talked to you for an hour or 4, and somehow I produce a podcast.
I just found out what Bluetooth meant right before we started the podcast.
All right.
Not what I thought it was.
You thought it was something in dentistry, right? It's a condition of...
Yeah, you have Bluetooth. You can either let it fall out on its own or...
Get a bad case of Bluetooth. You got to get that Bluetooth looked at.
Yeah. Does that bother you? Does that hurt?
That looks painful.
Okay.
All right. So, The Sentinel.
Oh, man.
We just finished watching The Sentinel, and I think we didn't give it enough justice.
We kind of decided that, whether it's fair or not, that it was kind of a low rent, Rosemary's Baby.
I probably so, because you're not the first person to bring that up.
Yeah, and, the devil was just...
was just Burgess Meredith.
Yeah. What if he had been the devil at the end?
Well, actually, that's what I was reading, is that he was supposed to be a Satan character.
God. That's perfect. I just wish they had told us that in the movie.
They could have made it. If they could have given him just at least some redder skin at the end with some little horns, that would have played off.
Watch him clattering around on his hooves. That would have been awesome.
That would have lended a greater ending.
Oh my God.
But, so Henry, I already forgot his name, Jeffrey Convitz.
Okay.
He wrote 3 books, The Sentinel being the first, and then The Guardian, and then The Apocalypse.
Okay.
And that was the trilogy of the stories. And no, don't get confused with The Guardian as being the movie The Guardian about, is it tree rape?
Rebecca De Mornay's boobies.
Yeah. I'm not exactly sure what that movie was about, and I looked it up for this, and I totally disregarded it.
Yeah.
But we know what the Sentinel is, and I think it was the first book in this trilogy. But I think they changed the story just a little bit. The Guardian reads, "Evil is raging on the 20th floor of an apartment building on the west side. In an open window, a hideous, blind nun perpetually gazing, watching. A body burned beyond recognition. Then 2 more murders strangely connected. And the discoverer, a beautiful young woman, raped. Her innocent child exposed to horror." And it goes on. And I'm like, this sounds so convoluted already.
Yeah, and it also is the opening of the Sentinel, kind of with this guy is scared of buildings, I think, and blind people.
And I think all 3 books kind of started out the same. And people were giving it some reviews and talking about it being, it's a slow burn. I mean, this movie is a slow burn as well.
Oh, it's almost comes to a stop at some points.
Did freaking Sarandon kill his wife?
Yeah.
Is that just a side plot that didn't even need to be brought up because it absolutely went nowhere in the story?
Yeah, I think they just kind of ran out of, they were just like, I don't know. But you were very right that he looked very much a pedophile with that mustache. Oh, some people should not have mustaches. I said it. I don't want to mustache shame anyone. I mean, that actually takes an effort to make it look like that,
To make it.
The only person that could wear that I would respect is Raul Julia, I think.
Yeah. I think his was more pronounced though.
Yeah. He was going for something, though. It was a very certain look.
I was just going to bring up Pink Flamingos.
Oh, John Waters?
John Waters. As for where mustaches go, John Waters' mustache might be more disturbing to me than any mustache in existence.
He let a 14-year-old boy, color that on with a crayon.
I am afraid of mustaches like that. Maybe I'm a mustache phobia. I don't know.
There has to be one.
There has to be a word for that.
I'll look it up.
All right, look it up.
Mustache.
What is mustache phobia?
Scared of mustache.
Urban Dictionary says,
pagonophobia, not making this up, is the fear of beards.
Okay.
I love it. It says, what causes pagonophobia? And it's well, somebody with a mustache probably, or somebody with a beard probably kicked your ass, or...
I have a traumatizing beard event.
Yeah, exactly. Cut all that out. Man, it's so easy to slip down these rabbit holes.
Yes.
Tonight, for some reason. I don't know if my will is weaker tonight and I just need to get to the bottom of something. But
we need to talk about mustaches for 5 to 12 minutes.
Nobody else is going to do it.
Who else is talking about this shit? Nobody. You can only hear it here. All right. The third book from Jeffrey Convitz is The Apocalypse, which it says the shattering sequel to The Sentinel. She was the sole barrier between humanity and the forces of satanic evil, pent up since the fall from grace. Hers was the most terrible penance of all, chosen for her sins that she committed to a living death, a blind nightmare in which the only reality was the reality of her demonic adversary and the awful powers that had been endowed to constrain him. It's so convoluted in that.
That is that's the definition of word salad.
I might be having a stroke. That was from Vault of Evil, by the way, Brit Horror Pulps Plus. And I was reading from Goodreads on The Guardian. So if you want to look that shit up and see what they have to say.
But did she do any of that stuff?
Well, that's
what are her sins? She was like...
She tried to commit suicide. That's what my question is. So that was the sin that they were pinning on her. But was it also the particular sin that the previous Guardians had done to be in her place? That's my question. Did any of that just make sense? What were the sins of the previous Sentinels?
Well, I mean, in the Carradine family, you know, take your pick.
You're just born into sin.
Yeah. Sorry, I was gonna say something about David Carradine, but I just keep it to myself.
I think it was when I was reading here on criminalelement.com, the Sentinel, You Had Me at Gateway to Hell. It's an article written in 2013. I think that's where I was reading where it was breaking down the fact that Burgess Meredith was supposed to be Satan in this story.
God. It just, if they had spent however much money for whatever type of special effect they could have had back then, just to make his eyes glow a little bit something, that would have been creepy as fuck.
I think so. If you would have traded roles with William Hickey, would he have made an even more evil Satan and Ringmaster of Hell?
That is my project. That's my art project for the whole weekend, is giving William Hickey glowing red eye, or cat's eyes, maybe.
He's got cat's eyes.
Like De Niro at the end of...
that little kid they were holding in Angel Heart. He's just pointing at you with some weird fucking eyes.
Yeah.
That made me piss my pants.
Oof.
What a great movie, though.
Let's talk about that one of these days.
Yep, we will have to. But first, let's talk about William Hickey.
Let's talk about him forever.
We talked about him kind of in depth before, just because he's such an interesting guy that has looked like he was 70 since he was 20.
He's in the Guinness Book of World Records for having the longest teeth of any human ever. They're like an inch long.
Little known facts.
Should be more known.
But William Hickey, only 5'6", little bitty guy. I've loved him in several movies, but he has been in a wheelchair in many movies too.
Yeah,
he's played the feeble old guy, I think, for the last 30 years.
Maybe that's partly like his actor's choice, but partly like he's like, hey, they'll just let me sit here, you know? I mean, that sounds...
I don't mind being typecast.
Yes,
I get to sit on my ass and have people push me around. That's awesome.
How many times has he died or been dead? He's like a Weekend at Bernie's kind of. He's he dies in almost all of his movies. The very first thing you click on photos is an episode of Wings where I think he is just dead in an airplane. So
it looks like it. Tony Shalhoub is next to him. Holy shit.
Now, okay, this is weird. I assume this is a horror movie. I have never heard of it, I don't think. But one of the photos on IMDb is him in a movie from 91 called The Runestone. And he looks practically Dewey. Like, looks younger in this in 91 than he did in The Sentinel.
I have never heard of The Runestone.
Nope.
And the box art is in-fucking-credible. This has Joan Severance. Oh, yeah. Lawrence Tierney.
Love him.
Alexander Goodenough.
Alexander Goodenough.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I got. Greg Wrangler. No.
Greg Wrangler. Well, you're burying the lead. The main character is Peter Reigert.
Peter Reigert. Who the fuck is he?
He's from Animal House. And he was in...
He was in The Mask. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Every time is a flat circle, I guess. He was in Oscar. He shows up in some weird movies. Local Hero's really good.
I might have to look into him.
Damn, he's done a bunch of movies.
So anyway, William Hickey, probably some of his best films for me. I have seen Forget Paris many, many times.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you've ever seen that. That was Billy Crystal and Deborah Winger.
No, I don't think I've ever seen them. Mm-mm.
He's a basketball referee.
Okay. I kind of remember that, I think.
Yeah. This has everybody in it. Joe Mantegna in it, Richard Masur, Julie Kravner.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it has a lot of people, and they're talking about this love affair of Mickey and Ellen. It's enjoyable. It's cute. But William Hickey plays Deborah Winger's like aged father / grandfather. I'm not really sure.
Okay, because I thought for a second, I thought you meant William Hickey was a basketball ref. And I was like,
he was a player.
How does that work? At a retirement home? Are they playing
That's awesome.
a lot of basketball?
Foul.
Got another broken ankle and just throw him on the pile.
He's just got a cigar hanging out of his mouth, wheeling up and down the fucking court in a wheelchair.
Somebody else is pushing him.
Foul.
I can hear him say that.
Yeah. Anyway, I Forget Paris. He just would repeat things that he saw.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Crystal's driving him to somewhere, and he just keeps looking at stuff. He's like, you want it, you got it. Toyota. That was just his thing.
Like an elderly Rain Man or something.
Yeah, but it drove Billy Crystal mad, and it was kind of fun.
Yeah, I could see that.
So, anyway, William Hickey was also in Tales from the Dark Side.
Of course.
The Cat from Hell.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yep.
But that was still, that's
86.
1990 for Tales from the Dark Side, the movie.
He was in an episode of the TV show, too. The 80s TV show.
Yes, he was. He was Andre Toulon in Puppet Master, 1989.
Andre.
Andre Toulon was the Puppet Master.
Oh, okay.
Oh, don't get me on that yet. We'll go down some more on the Bandiverse.
Champing at the bit, trying to talk about Puppet Master.
So, we said we were going to ring this in a little bit and get a little tighter with our episodes since the
off the rails already.
The yarn wall after Phantasm 2 was nearly 3 hours long.
Yeah.
I got it cut down to 2 hours, and that was a lot of chopping. And I feel bad because I laughed at some of that shit.
Yeah.
I cut out the funny things that you said, and it made me sound funnier.
That's what I would have done too. I feel like I should blame Mountain Dew Kickstart because that's usually what makes me run on a little longer, like Big Red.
Like Big Red gum or soda?
Gum. Ugh. Don't make me think about the soda.
I don't know why you didn't start singing the Juicy Fruit commercial.
Yeah, get your skis waxed up, grab a stick of Juicy Fruit. The taste is going to kill you, I think.
Right.
And it's just like a bunch of like tanned kids, like, I don't know, dunking each other in a lake or something.
Wearing scrotes.
Yeah.
Scrotes. The shorts that show off everything.
Yep.
Scrotes. Makes your nuts look like truck nuts.
Have you TM'd that yet?
No, I should really get working on that.
Like yesterday.
I'm going to cut that out.
Oh, yeah.
So William Hickey, besides being in this great flick at a young age, he was in Remo Williams.
Yeah, I don't remember him from that.
He was a Coney Island barker.
Oh,
now
okay.
I want to catch him in that. It's
Yeah.
a small role, I'm sure. He was in One Crazy Summer.
Yeah, Mr. Beckerstead. I do remember that. But he's just always the same character. He can't hear real well, and he's screaming at everybody.
Oh, man. I loved One Crazy Summer.
Man.
That was funny. The little girls that would make him the face.
Got slapped on the back.
Slap them on the back, and they had their face stayed that way.
Yeah. I tell people that, when that movie came out, I mean, you've heard that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But I don't remember hearing that before this.
That's what I meant. I knew that was a thing. And I think I was scared of it.
So William Hickey was also in My Blue Heaven.
Yep.
Right? And I don't remember liking that movie too much.
I don't either. I watched a little bit of the end of it the other day, and it's pretty fucking funny. Excuse my French, but yeah, it's fun. All right. But no, I don't remember him.
He's probably the best known for National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, which also had Beverly Deangelo in it.
Yes. Who is he? Is he his grandfather or great-grandfather or her?
It's something like that.
His name is just Lewis.
Yeah.
It's not.
Hilarious role for him.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
I don't remember him in Sea of Love.
Yeah, me neither. I haven't seen that long time. That was a good movie.
I am going to be tripping over Al Pacino here in just a few minutes, so we'll get to it. Pink Cadillac. I don't remember him being in Pink Cadillac. I don't remember Pink Cadillac.
Man,
I only remember that Clint Eastwood was in Pink Cadillac.
Yeah, don't worry about it. And Bernadette Peters, I think.
Exactly. Now, I will also be tripping over, in just a second, some Clint Eastwood facts, too.
Okay. You're just like a little kid left him in the floor, and you just kind of clumsily...
Anyway, I just wanted to talk about William Hickey for a minute.
Okay. One of the good dead ones.
Yeah. Very creepy guy. Good, dead, old.
I don't think we should remember him like that. William Hickey, really creepy. That is so weird. He's almost like a, not reverse Benjamin Button, but like a prototype, and it didn't work out real well, and he's just all over the place.
We can't go on without saying that, yes, we all know that William Hickey played the voice for the scientist in Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Even the evil scientist was in a wheelchair.
Oh, my gosh. It's his thing. He's sticking with it. It's in his contract.
All right. So thank you, William Hickey. We will trip over you soon, I'm sure.
I'm sure he will come up again.
Freaking Lego.
When we watch The Jerky Boys. Now,
since we're going to talk about Beverly Deangelo now for the next 30 to 45 minutes.
Let's just do the Deanga cast, where it's just about her forever.
And her boobs.
Yeah. And then we'll do a side one about Joan Severance, because I'm still looking at her. Don't tell anybody.
Beverly Deangelo, 69 years old.
I haven't seen her in a while. Can you think of the last movie that you saw her in?
I mean, I could look it up, but, why would I do that? I'm just getting ready to talk about her.
Oh, I guess if I just shut the fuck up, we'll get to it. Sorry.
Beverly Deangelo got her start way, way down the line. But this was like her first fucking movie.
Yeah.
Okay. So she didn't have any lines in this movie, I don't think, did she?
Just breathing heavy.
Yeah. And touching herself.
It's not really.
Was she mute? She just trying to get you to read her lips? Sorry.
Tim.
That was horrible. But I read in her trivia, and I'll come back about it. She was in Every Which Way But Loose.
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now. Her name was Echo.
Right? Echo. And I kind of remember that. Okay, let me jump around to her trivia real quick and tell you that, yes, she was in a band.
Okay.
She was a backup singer for a band. But I think she also had another band. I was trying to look it up. She toured Canada as singer and appeared with the rock band called Elephant.
Okay.
For some reason, when I started looking up Elephant, I came across the band.
Okay.
But I could not find any real information about Elephant. So that's going to be a longer dive. I'm not going into that.
Okay.
But because she was in a band, it allowed her to pick up roles like playing fucking Patsy Cline in Coal Miner's Daughter.
What?
After looking at the pictures of Coal Miner's Daughter and seeing Patsy Cline, her character, I'm like, shit, I remember that.
Oh, because it's actually about, I was thinking, it's about Loretta Lynn. I was thinking it was about Patsy Cline, but that's that other one. No,
Patsy Cline's got a big role in it.
So wait a minute. Did Beverly Deangelo actually sing in that movie?
Yes. But speaking of the band, Levon Helm was also in Coal Miner's Daughter. I know I've seen this.
It's been a minute. William Sanderson's in it too.
Yeah, we've talked about him. I just looked at Fight for Your Life again the other day. Somebody had posted it. Anyway, vile movie, guys. You do not have to watch.
Actor.
But Coal Miner's Daughter, all I could remember watching this as a kid was when Tommy Lee Jones and Sissy Spacek get married. When they first consummate their marriage. Ooh. It's almost, I know it's a hard word to say.
That grossed me out worse than like, beep. That's almost as bad as beep. I'm
just editing myself from now on. I'm looking at Tommy Lee Jones's beefy head with his ears right now, and I just said that and grossed myself out.
Yes, it looks like his ears are made of silly putty, and a kid has like stretched them too long.
No, it's just gravity.
I think I see like part of a Marmaduke on one of them.
I remember watching that when they were having sex for the first time. It was almost like he was raping her, and that's what I remember in that movie. Why is that the only thing I can remember about this movie? I don't know. That's my brain, guys. You don't want to be in here. But thanks for this podcast, because you get to hear bits and pieces of it. Yeah.
Faces were just different back then too, I think.
Yes.
You take a look at, your Scott Glenn's or your,
Mm-hmm. I just posted about Scott Glenn today. So just a little post that I put out this morning that was kind of a Scott Glenn appreciation post.
Oh, yeah. He was kind of hunky back in the day.
Mm-hmm. When he did 2,000 push-ups on the set of Urban Cowboy.
Seems impossible. 2,000.
2,000.
If I do 100, I have to do them in 4 sets of 25.
When I do 10, I do 4 sets of 2.5.
Yeah. What's the half part?
That's when I get halfway up and then I just eat carpet.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another reason we need to start reining it in on this podcast, so I don't spend every waking hour working on it. And I have gone from a dad bod to I'm now pear-shaped. I'm body shaming myself. I have got a podcaster's body, and it's not pretty.
Man, I don't know. I think it's coming. I think it's,
it's coming together. That's why I quit posting so many pictures of myself. I'm like, oh, shit.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. Hey there.
Photoshop.
Beverly Deangelo, when she was 26, Clint Eastwood took her under his wing and cast her in Every Which Way But Loose.
It's called grooming now.
Yes. But, so that was a few movies into her career when he picked her up.
Did you say her rear?
Her rear, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Sorry.
Anyway, Beverly Deangelo. Now, here's the biggest thing. If we've talked about this, I'm sorry, guys, but I don't remember this. She was in a relationship with Al Pacino from 1996 to 2003, in which she gave birth at the age of 49 to twins, Olivia Rose Pacino and Anton James Pacino.
That
did not know that.
That is a shocker.
That was like a bombshell.
How old did you say she was?
49. Gave birth to twins.
That is insane what you're saying.
2 Al Pacino's kids. They were never married.
They were in a relationship.
They just boned.
Wow. Wow.
She's 5'2". I think that they're probably perfectly matched, aren't they?
Yeah, he's a little guy. He's like Tom Cruise sized. Almost couldn't say his name just then. Tom Cruise. Said it like L. Ron Hubbard.
Al Pacino, 5'6". He's a bitty guy.
That picture was going around when The Irishman just came out of Pacino and De Niro on the set, and it was just the most insane looking thing ever. Pacino had like Frankenstein boots on, so it would like like raise him. I mean, they were like stilts basically. It's just crazy. And his hair has gotten, man, I mean, The Irishman was awesome, but his hair has gone through some, well, I guess he was, he played oh God.
He played Joe Paterno.
He played the record producer that shot his wife.
Right. Oh, right. Spector. Phil Spector.
Yeah, Phil Spector. Anyway,
God,
and he has that crazy like pompadour thing.
Oh, yeah.
But
it's hilarious.
I feel like they cast him in that because he already had that kind of going on.
They just puffed out his hair.
His natural hair. Yeah. I'm
looking at Manglehorn. It's
a weird thing to say.
Yeah, Manglehorn. It's 2014, directed by David Gordon Green.
Okay.
Al Pacino, Holly Hunter. Yeah.
I love a Holly Hunter.
Yeah, you gotta love him. David Gordon Green obviously is, was the producer of Halloween 2018.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So he's working on finishing up. Well, hopefully Halloween Kills will come out soon.
Yep.
Says here is also connected to the Hellraiser TV series that has been just announced for HBO, I believe.
What the hell would that even be like? I'm ready for it. I'm
ready for more of that story. We'll go into that deeper later. Sorry, guys. Sidebars, we love them. We can go on forever.
Yeah.
But we need to wrap this up. I wanted to quit talking about Al Pacino. I'm going to quit talking about, unless you want to take another 15 minutes to talk about her masturbating in the Sentinel.
I think we probably covered it in the last.
Okay. Wild, guys. At least look up that. If you watch nothing about this film, watch that.
That might be my favorite movie moment ever.
It's super awkward. And
I feel like it's
well acted.
I feel like it's a meme getting ready to happen. Like you see her face with that look on it, and then shock on the other girl's face. What's that actress's name?
Yeah, that other girl.
The other girl, and then her face again, even more intense, and then the one where she's just giggling and looking away.
And I'm pretty sure it's an ad for Scroats.
It evokes the exact same reaction when you see them. It's like shock and then kind of a
eroticism.
Yes. Shock, embarrassment, I think is a big one. And then, eroticism.
When you say it, it sounds
disgusting.
So much dirtier.
Well, I mean, that's the point.
All right. So moving on. Okay. I'm going to click off the Sentinel. No, I'm going to leave it open. I'll leave it open because you're going to come back to it when we go down the yarn wall.
That's true. If I can remember how.
I'm going to click off that. Thank you, Beverly Deangelo, for being hot and crazy and good at what you do.
And giving birth to twins at 49, apparently.
Yeah. Well, it was from her. Between them, those kids had to be like 2 pounds apiece, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like puppies.
All right. Enough of that. I want to talk about my deep dive. Okay. My deep dives, which is playing into your strengths. I know we've talked about them before. I know we're going to continue bringing these guys up, in fact. But
Tim,
what?
Can I stop you
for
a second?
Oh, what?
I feel you winding up
You need to pee first?
Let's take a break, and then we'll come right back.
Now you're going to shut me down.
I'm sorry. At the Zenith,
all antsy.
I just finished my last sip of Black Cherry Kickstart, and
it kickstarted.
Yep, kickstarted something.
Thank you, Mountain Dew Kickstarter, for sponsoring this show.
Oh, man. Can we even say that?
That ends urine talk. No, we can't say that.
Let's do urine talk at the end of...
Urine talk.
Hey, freaksters and freakettes. It's Tim from the Moratorium. Do you like the sweet sounds of our witty banter in your ears every week? Well, head on over to our Patreon, and for only $3 a month, you can get even more. In the director's cuts of our movie episodes. On average, that's 20 minutes more of our wisecracking, jive-talking, and lip-flapping laughter straight to your ear holes. Go to themoratorium.com and click on our Patreon link, and you'll find 5 awesome tiers with tons of goodies. You can also find our Teespring link on the website for even more awesome merch. Thank you for your support. Now on with the show.
Anywho.
So, no, I've got to say something, and I'm probably going to have to cut this out. But I went down this talk about, so my wife and I were watching Goliath, okay, which has William Hurt in it.
Yes.
And I think I told you about this earlier. There's one scene that he stands up and he's fully nude, and he's got this massive hog of a prosthetic on, right?
Uh-huh.
And it got me to thinking about the size of men's penises as to their confidence. So they probably have better confidence. They're probably more successful people, right? So then they call
it big dick energy.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Is that that's the next thing is Mountain Dew, big dick energy.
I wish. That's all I drink. Fuck water.
Put that in your mouth.
And swallow it.
All right. So, where was I?
I don't know.
I wanted to take us down the path of a well-known makeup artist that you are super familiar with.
Okay.
We're going to talk about Dick Smith.
Oh, okay.
What?
Nothing,
you thought I was going somewhere else.
Just seemed like you really...
I've been talking about Dick for 10 minutes, and I just happened to be talking about Dick some more.
Yes.
In which Dick Smith did the makeup for Altered States had William Hurt. Yeah, so there. If you want a big
was your
fucking circle.
Okay.
That was useless, wasn't it?
No.
Dick Smith has been fucking around forever.
Yeah.
And probably has done some of the best fucking makeup from at least one of the scariest movies we've ever seen.
Right. The Exorcist.
And
The Toy. I think he did that too.
Richard Pryor?
No, I just made that up. That's just the first thing that popped into my head.
Oh, okay. Dick Smith did the special effects makeup for the Sentinel, but they actually used, handy capable people.
Right. I think some of them were literally employed by a carnival. I could be wrong, but I swear that I read that somewhere.
I read that as well.
Okay, so I don't know what the proper nomenclature should be.
Nomenclature is.
Yeah.
Yes. Have we only picked up that word because of The Big Lebowski?
Nomenclature? Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. That's literally the only time I've ever heard that word. Dick Smith has a surprisingly low amount of special effects credits, but he is considered by everybody to be the master. I mean, he's got a lot of pictures with Stan Winston. He's, his mentor.
And that is going to be my other deep dive. So I'm actually talking about Dick and Stan today.
Okay, good.
I'll clear this up in a little bit, but the picture I just sent you of the tabs on my computer that said Dick and Pump.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what was Pump
I'll get
for?
to that.
Okay,
I'll get there.
Okay.
But I sent you that pic saying it looks like I'm looking at other things, but no, I'm looking at Dick Smith.
Yeah. And it seemed like you were too, you really wanted me to think.
What else would you think?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing seems suspicious.
Very suspicious.
I think I said Stan Winston, too. I meant Rick Baker. I don't know.
Yes, and Rick Baker is in there, too. We'll talk about that. But Dick Smith, responsible for The Exorcist makeup, Stepford Wives, Marathon Man, The Sentinel, Exorcist 2, Altered States, Scanners, Nighthawks. So I guess he turned Sylvester Stallone into a woman. He's like, here, put on this apron and
put this wig on top of your giant hair, and don't even try to tug it down at all. Just kind of set it there like a trucker hat.
$10,000, please.
Man, I loved that movie when I was a kid. I don't know why.
I'm soaking in it. Hey.
That's him snoring.
All right. I don't think we can get any funnier than that. That's literally the funniest thing I've heard in months. Thank you, Jason.
You're welcome.
All right. Dick Miller also did the special effects makeup for Ghost Story. We've talked about Ghost Story many times. I think we are going to end up having to do that movie at some point. It's on my list.
Yep.
I looked up Altered States because that one has also been on my list.
Wild. That is a Ken Russell movie, right?
Yes, correct.
Man.
And they pumped some money into this movie, and I think it was another movie that they released at the wrong time, and it got zero reception.
Yeah, I don't know who keeps giving Ken Russell money. He's like I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. Jodorowsky? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Where
very good.
It's just like a series of images and words like plot, don't watch a Ken Russell movie if you're looking for plot.
And we watch Italian films and have no problem with that.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but they're more fun. This is trying to make you think about stuff.
No, Jodorowsky, did you ever watch that documentary about his Dune project?
Yes, I did.
That incredible.
I love the David Lynch Dune. Always have, always will. There's some problems with it, but I can't imagine what that movie would have been like.
Crazy. It looks awesome.
Yep.
Guys, if you haven't seen that documentary, go out and see it. It's just Jodorowsky's Dune.
Yep. Pretty awesome, I think.
If we're mispronouncing it, that's probably on purpose.
All you got to do is turn the J into a Y, and it sometimes trips me up.
Anyway, in Dick Smith's trivia. What?
You're really hitting the D in Dick, I think, is what's making me laugh.
Is that going to be on my tombstone or something? He really hit the D in Dick.
Yep. Jason Walker. My name is on your tombstone.
So, his 2011 Honorary Academy Award was presented by his protege, Rick Baker.
Wow.
Dick Smith was approached to do the makeup for The Terminator 1984, but turned it down and recommended Stan Winston because thought he was better suited for the job. He even fought for Stan to make sure that he'd get approved for the job.
Well, that worked out real well.
Yes, it did. So from that, I started looking at Stan Winston. So this is kind of my yarn within my yarn.
We're just going to talk about these three badasses.
No, I'm actually only going to talk about Stan Winston at this point.
Okay.
We'll save Rick Baker for another time.
Good, because that would have been too much.
Too much. Stan Winston, he died in 2008 from multiple myeloma, which
cancer
is it's like cancer of plasma in your blood. It's horrific. But we've talked about Stan Winston before because he created the creature makeup for Gargoyles.
Right.
Which was not our favorite makeup of his.
It was, effective.
Yeah.
It was.
That was 1972.
Yeah.
Come on.
It was freaky as shit. That's why that movie is burned into my brain. And the weird, Bernie Casey with the, lavalier mic through like a 70s guitar pedal or something.
I have no idea how they did that. Stan Winston helped out on some of the special effects scenes in The Thing, 1982, one of our favorite movies of all times.
Yeah.
When Rob Bottin was suffering from exhaustion at the time due to his immensely heavy workload.
Yeah. And his... Never mind.
His big cock. Right?
Yes.
He's lugging around his big cock.
That's exhausting.
It's I wouldn't know.
Tim, you can cut all this dick talk out.
Okay.
My mother could listen to this at some point.
Right. She probably doesn't even know you have a podcast.
We get to the Al Pacino's dick part, and she's like, go on.
You had me at Dick Smith. No, that's not funny. I'll cut that out. So let's talk about Stan Winston's career for a minute, because he's done some amazing shit, right? And this is where I'm playing into your knowledge. What can you tell us about Stan Winston?
He did the special effects for The Wiz.
Did he really?
Yep.
I think you're making shit up.
No, I'm reading it off of IMDb.
Okay.
Man.
Where he got started down here with Dracula's dog.
Yeah, which I think I have seen. And also some of these movies, a lot of TV movies, but some of these movies, they have different names than what I know them as. Because I knew he did the special effects for the Bat People. But I know that movie as It Lives by Night. But yeah, he was doing the cool, bat snout,
Right, okay. I'm looking at pictures of it right now. I think I remember this movie as It Lives by Night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Pataki is in it, one of the first guys that that I talked about on this show for some reason. I don't know why.
Don't know.
Doesn't matter, but I don't know.
So he did Pinocchio, Mansion of the Doomed.
I do not know what that is.
The Island. Was that the Peter Benchley novel?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was Michael Caine, David Warner, about freaking pirates.
Oh,
do you remember that?
Yes. Yeah. I remember the freaking VHS box.
Oh, yeah. You can't miss that. There's a big pirate hand coming out with a rather small knife, but it looks still menacing.
Yeah.
It's like,
man, that cover is badass, though.
Stan Winston did the special effects makeup for The Entity, Something Wicked This Way Comes, Starman, Edward Scissorhands, Terminator 2, Dead and Buried. Friday the 13th Part 2. He had his hands in just about everything.
I just watched Dead and Buried last weekend, and it has some really... Sometimes it feels like a TV movie,
Okay.
And man, sometimes those special effects they were disturbing,
I don't remember this movie.
Dead and Buried?
Yeah.
Well, you need to watch it immediately. What are you doing right now? Oh yeah, we're doing a podcast. Well, do it watch it after this.
Okay.
Actually, I have seen a lot of his movies. I mean, just rewatched recently. I just watched Invaders from Mars not too long ago. I watched The Relic. My wife had never seen The Relic, and I was trying to explain to her how
you
badass
talk about that quite often. Yeah. Did she enjoy it?
Yes, she did like it. It's a really good old-fashioned monster movie, which are my favorite, but we watched it on Amazon, I think, and it did not look good. It has not been remastered in the, It should be.
So Winston is on here for creature creator, monster creator for the Monster Squad.
Yes.
Special effects for Predator, Predator 2, Congo. He did the gorillas in Congo.
Oh my God. Talk about disturbing. Remember when they had laser guns? Wasn't that part of that movie?
I don't know.
I love it in the credits. It says Congo, parentheses, gorillas by.
Gorillas by.
What does that
I don't know.
even mean?
I think I saw Congo once, and I'm fine with that.
My wife was on a nip tuck.
Oh, yeah.
She kind of binged the whole thing during the coronavirus kind of thing. And every time I saw that guy, I was like, that's the guy that was in love with the monkey in Congo. Can't remember what his name is.
It says here Dylan Walsh.
Yeah, Dylan Walsh. That's it.
Yeah.
He did the special effects for Go to the Head of the Class, The Amazing Stories with Christopher Lloyd. Do you remember that one?
I don't remember that episode. I'm clicking on it now.
Watch it right now.
Before I watch whatever else you just told me to watch?
Forget about that other one. Just watch this.
Okay. I think I can remember this.
Oh my God. Amazing
That
Story
was directed by Robert Zemeckis.
Yeah.
Did he do all of the Amazing Stories?
Nope.
No, he didn't do all of them.
I think it was I think it was all kinds of.
Yeah.
Spielberg. I think Spielberg did the one with the cartoon landing gear on the World War II.
Right. I remember that. Wasn't that the basis of that one movie, Memphis Belle? I feel like that's the same thing. That I got that episode and Memphis Belle mixed together. You don't know what Memphis Belle is, do you?
I do, but I'm trying to block it out because I feel like it was really boring. Wasn't it really boring?
I don't remember it, so that's fine.
Oh, good.
Anyway, Stan Winston, Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, Constantine, Iron Man, G.I. Joe, Avatar. I mean,
man, that was like everything that came out those couple of years, probably.
Awesome stuff.
He did a Parasite, which we rolled right on past.
I want to see that, yes.
Directed by Charles Band, and I think Demi Moore's first movie.
I think we talked about that because I thought it was like One Crazy Summer, actually. It was one of those.
No, that was way later, I think, wasn't it?
A simple...
Hey, you know what she was in?
Search. What?
She was in an episode of The Master. Sorry.
I'm going to drive over there to kick you in your truck nuts. If we can streamline this podcast and get it down a little bit more, maybe we can branch out and do an actual just TV show podcast of the 70s and 80s. That would be a lot of fun too.
Are you saying if I behave and just stop interrupting that we can do this?
Maybe.
Okay, fine.
So,
challenge accepted.
All right. Stan Winston co-founded the special effects company Digital Domain, together with director and personal friend James Cameron. When Cameron quit as chairman in the late 1990s due to a falling out with the board, Winston also left the company out of sympathy.
Wow. I feel like Cameron is such a dick. You know what I mean?
And that was probably a mistake because Digital Domain is fucking huge.
Right.
Because they do all of the Avengers movies, Shazam, Aquaman, Ant-Man, Thor, Power Rangers, Deadpool. They're mega huge.
Right. Do we want to talk about heartbeeps or not? Or are we just going to stroll on past that one?
Have seen that movie plenty of times when I was a kid.
Didn't Andy Kaufman like direct that or something? Or like, I don't know. Never mind.
He didn't, but he could have.
What is the TV miniseries Creature? Is that based on the, is it like a Michael Crichton? Oh, no, that's Peter Benchley, too.
Oh.
It's got Coach in it, and it's that, like, I don't know, Sharktopus type thing.
Right. I want to say I've seen part of this and turned it off.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, if you're just watching it for the special effects, that thing looks fucking crazy.
That has Giancarlo Esposito in it, too.
Man. It's also got Craig T. Nelson with, like, I mean, he could have done some sit-ups if he knew that his shirt was going to be unbuttoned in every scene in the movie. Anyway, sorry.
Also in his trivia, besides doing gargoyles, it talks about him when he was filming Predator. He was accused of doing a prank on Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
And his trivia here. While filming Predator in 1987, Winston returned to his hotel one day to find that his shower was crawling with frogs. He was convinced that the prank was done by Arnold Schwarzenegger. He called in help from the member of the special effects crew, catching the frogs in a pillowcase and releasing them into Arnold's bed.
How did he see Arnold licking some frogs the previous day or something? Why did he think he did it?
Did you see the size of that chicken?
They were in the jungle, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those frogs are not good to lick.
No.
Neither Stan nor Arnold dared to bring up the subject the next day. Years later, Winston was on a talk show and recounted the entire story, knowing that Arnold would be a guest on the show that very next day. But the next day, Arnold commented on the story by swearing he had nothing to do with the prank. Upon which Winston's crew members finally confessed that they had played the prank on him, and they knew Arnold was innocent, but they decided to let Winston get even anyway.
And they were fired immediately and blacklisted.
And never heard from
Never
again.
worked again. And later died in Vietnam. Oh, wait, this is Predator.
Where did Predator take place?
Congo?
Because we just said Congo 5 minutes ago.
Where did Predator take place?
Predator.
And
Predator. South American jungle.
Okay, that's
all
fine.
it says.
That's as far as Shane Black got. He was just like, it's jungle. Okay, let's not forget. Also in Stan Winston's credits, he directed Pumpkinhead.
He directed Pumpkinhead. The reason why it said pump on the tabs of my computer.
Here's what I thought that meant. I can't remember what I was watching, but they were talking about when bladders were introduced into special effects kind of, technology. Seems like something so simple, but we could stop the podcast and I could look it up real quick. But I don't know who the first person was who actually used that. But afterwards, that was just your standard transformation stuff,
Right.
Especially like Beast Within, and they took that shit and ran with it like that.
Oh, yeah.
That poor kid. His face almost exploded just from them. Like, what must that have felt like?
And I think he was that had to be a fake head when they really blew it up. But
I don't know.
He probably wanted to wear the makeup. No, please.
He was
distort my face.
He was into it. But I mean, like, Pumpkinhead, he single-handedly, like, created a whole new... I would say Pumpkinhead's up there with Freddy and Jason, wouldn't you?
Very much so. And needs to be talked about.
We need to talk more about it.
What I didn't know, and I'm going to read some off the trivia here. It is the directorial debut of Stan Winston. The origin of the story, Pumpkinhead, was from a poem.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard that.
All right. Well, let's read it.
Okay, cool.
Because it's not too long. So I found this is off of pumpkinheadfandom.com. Keep away from the Pumpkinhead. Unless you're tired of living. His enemies are mostly dead. He's mean and unforgiving. Laugh at him and you're undone. But in some dreadful fashion, vengeance he considers fun, and plans it with a passion. Time will not erase or blot a plot that he has brewing. It's when you think that he's forgot, he'll conjure your undoing. Bolted doors and windows barred, guard dogs prowling in the yard. Won't protect you in your bed. Nothing will from Pumpkinhead. And that's it. I mean, granted, that little poem gave him the idea for the story, but the poem really has nothing to add to the story.
No.
Other than the name Pumpkinhead.
That has to be, I could be wrong, but that has to be like the last few lines from it. Because the hillbilly kids chant something to their, there's like 10 of them, and they're trying to scare the sister. But they're not saying that. They're not, they're just doing some stupid
version of this. Yes.
But those last few lines, I swear, they have to be in like Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark or something, because I think I've read it separate from the movie,
Okay. Very interesting.
Very interesting. Sorry, I was agreeing with you.
Yeah, in mid breath, you're like, "Oh shit, I'm agreeing with Tim."
No. Okay, I'll do it this once. Dick, another Dick Warlock was the stunt coordinator for Pumpkinhead.
All right.
I don't know who played. Do you know who was in the? A lot of that's like animatronic, but somebody had to be Pumpkinhead, right?
Tom Woodruff Jr.
Yeah, I can't.
Who the fuck is Tom Woodruff Jr.?
I don't know.
He was in the special makeup department. He was a lead alien in Alien Resurrection.
Okay, so probably he was working he was part of the monster. Yeah, I guess now that I'm thinking about it, that whole thing, I don't know that you ever see. It's not a suit. It's like a fucking completely, it's like the alien queen. It is completely animatronic at all times, I think.
So, yeah, we could talk about him. Tom Woodruff Jr. has a huge, huge list of special effects makeup. We can go on and on about that, but we are not going to go on and on about that.
No, but I must say one thing because I just saw it.
Okay.
Mayim Bialik
yes,
is in Pumpkinhead. I don't think I knew that.
I did not either, and I saw it down here in some of that trivia, and I did not look into it any further. She was a kid.
Yeah. She might have been the one that they were trying to scare.
Okay.
Also, Devin Odessa was in My So-Called Life. She was one of the girls. Anyway.
Good job.
You're welcome.
Way to bring us down. Well, let's move on because I just want to wrap that up. That's my deep dive.
Great.
I can go straight into my small Gore-a-torium and then you can take us down the yarn. What do you say?
That sounds great.
All right. Thank you, Stan Winston.
He's made like all of my favorite movies.
And thank you, Dick Smith.
Oh, you just had to do one last one, didn't you?
One more, Dick.
Goodbye, Dick.
Goodbye, Dick.
Good night, Dick.
All right. So my little Gore-a-torium here, and go ahead and let's cue the music.
Is it playing?
Yeah, it's playing.
Okay.
It already played.
Okay, good. I don't know if I should be quiet.
Yeah.
Or if you'll just drop it in.
I will fix it all in post.
Wow. I thought elves did all that.
I am your only elf.
You're saying that you're doing all the work for this podcast?
I have got an elf-like body. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of elf-like bodies, I went down a little Gore-a-torium here on a movie that I just wanted to watch with my wife that I looked at the trailer for and thought it would be cute, and I really enjoyed it. It's called After Midnight from 2019. Very recent movie.
Okay.
And, of course, I heard this while I was listening to the last podcast on the left.
Mm-hmm.
Henry Zebrowski is in this movie.
Oh, yeah. I've seen this.
You have seen this? It's a lot of fun.
Yep.
It was cute.
Yeah.
It's listed as a drama, horror, romance.
Yes.
And you do have the romance in there. It is, I like the way that Jeremy Gardner, who is the writer, director, and star of this movie, how he wove together this story of him and his longtime girlfriend wrapping around of him being isolated in this house, and every night since she has left, there's something scratching at his door and trying to get into his house.
Right. He's like under siege.
Yes. By some monster in the middle of the night. It's not a bear. It's not a large cat.
It's not Henry Zebrowski in little shorts.
His girlfriend, since she was gone, this started happening, which also gives you the idea that maybe his girlfriend was a werewolf.
Yeah.
Because that's what I thought.
Also, he could be having a psychotic break.
Exactly. Which he owns a bar, so he is drinking constantly in this film.
Yeah.
Jerry Mcgardner, I really enjoyed his acting in this.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was charming. He was funny. He was believable. He's done a handful of things. He's only directed a few things, After Midnight being the last, but he did The Battery and Tex Montana Will Survive. Have no idea. He's acted in 16 different movies.
Yeah. The only one I still have not watched Bliss, which I want to. I need to. But I have seen Spring. Have you ever seen Spring?
No.
It's really good, slow burn, kind of little bit Lovecraftian, I guess.
And Spring reads, a young man in a personal tailspin flees from U.S. to Italy, where he sparks up a romance with a woman harboring a dark primordial secret.
Yep.
That sounds like a horror love story.
Yeah, it is.
But good?
Yeah, I really liked it. It's different.
You said Lovecraftian, and actually on the box art, if you're not really paying attention to it, just looks like designs, but no, it's like tentacles.
You'll see a tentacle
and like
or two.
Claws.
Yep.
Yeah. Now I'm interested.
Yeah, check it out before next Yarn Wall.
Okay. What was the other one? That was Spring.
Yeah, Spring was the one we were just talking about. Bliss is the one that it just came out on Amazon, I think. It was an Amazon original, possibly. But it looks really good. It's kind of a trippy vampire something.
Yeah, this is kind of creepy. It reads, a brilliant painter, facing the worst creative block in her life, turns to anything she can to complete her masterpiece, spiraling into a hallucinatory hellscape of drugs, sex, and murder in the sleazy underbelly of Los Angeles.
That sounds like fun.
Part of I think I watched the trailer, or maybe part of this actually.
Yeah, it looked good.
But it's very reminiscent of another film that I watched not too long ago that was not this good, about some guy who had to finish a painting.
That's it?
I did it for the Gore-a-torium not too long ago.
Ooh.
Couldn't tell you what it is.
Ooh.
Go back and listen to that episode.
Deleted that file in your brain.
Deleted it. I needed to.
Gotta make room.
But anyway, After Midnight, you did see this.
Yeah. I watched it because Henry Zebrowski was in it.
The girl that's in this, who is Brea Grant.
Yeah.
I liked her. I thought she did a really good job in this.
I think she's kind of moving on up. I've seen her in other things.
She looked familiar, but I couldn't pick her out. But then again, she has 85 credits to her name. And I'm like, holy shit. And if you look at her, she just recently came out with another one that I really can't wait to see now that I watched the trailer for it, called 12-Hour Shift. Yeah. With Angela Bettis in it, which, if you remember her from May.
Oh, sure.
Fucked up movie.
Yes.
She's an interesting looking character anyway, but May was a fucked up movie.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
Enjoyed it, but it was fucked up.
Yeah, you're right. She's been in a ton of stuff already.
But so she wrote and directed this movie called 12-Hour Shift, which is Angela Bettis as a nurse who then decides to go into kind of a business with another nurse to start harvesting organs and selling them to an organ trafficker.
That's pretty awesome.
It looks amusing as well as being a horror thriller. It's a comedy horror thriller.
Awesome.
So it looks great. And this was written and directed by that girl, Bray Grant.
Awesome. She also has never been in anything that wasn't horror related, except like Friday Night Lights.
Oh, really?
I mean, everything is, after a certain point in her career, they're all horror movies.
Awesome.
I think I recognized her from Beyond the Gates. Have you seen that?
I think we talked about that. Yes. Bray Grant is in a movie here that is going on my next Christmas horror list. I'm sure we're going to do another Christmas Carnage Part 2.
Yeah.
All the Creatures Were Stirring.
I like that.
I like
it a lot.
That was from 2018. When an awkward date on Christmas Eve leads a couple into a strange theater, they're threatened to a bizarre and frightening collection of Christmas stories featuring a wide ensemble of characters doing their best to avoid the horrors of the holidays. So, an anthology.
Oh, I love a good anthology.
I dig it.
I've always said that.
And I don't think we've had a horror Christmas anthology.
Yeah.
I'm in. It is going on my list. All right. So anyway, I just want to wrap up After Midnight. I'm not going to talk deep into it. It's newer movie. It's a lot of fun. It's out there. I think I watched it on either Shudder or Amazon. It's out there. It's streaming. I really enjoyed it. I'm glad you got a chance to see it.
Yep.
All right. So moving on, why don't you take us down the yarn, Jason?
Oh, my God.
It's finally your turn to talk. You want to take another break before we get started?
Let's take another break. I mean, kiss my wife. See if she's asleep, then we could do this until midnight. We could do the next episode next.
Awesome.
Okay.
Except we haven't watched the movie that you're getting ready to tell me about.
We'll watch it, and then we'll reconvene at 2 a.m.
All right.
Hey guys, this is Krista from the Moratorium. Do you like grisly gore and mysteries? Of course you do. That is why I suggest you subscribe to my blog, Suspended Animation, Dormant Stories Waiting to Be Told, where we at the Moratorium offer a number of lurid tales from axemen running around New Orleans to phantoms in Texarkana. And if you're feeling especially generous, head over to our Patreon, where for just a couple bucks a month, you can help the Moratorium grow. And that would be pretty kick-ass. And remember, long live VHS.
Take us down this yarn wall.
So we're starting at... This is from the Sentinel?
Oh my God.
No.
Damn it.
Wait a minute.
You made a yarn to something else totally, didn't you? Did you do Phantasm?
I think I did.
You need a few minutes?
Did. I'm so confused right now.
We did the double feature for Don Coscarelli, Phantasm 2. We did Yarn Wall, and then we did the Sentinel, and now we're past the Sentinel.
No, I know. It's just hitting me now.
Oh my God!
All right, hang on.
How about this?
I can do this. Just vamp for a minute, and I'll figure this out.
Or we can go ahead and say what next week's movie is, And then challenge our audience to come up with the yarn.
That would be a challenge for me as well.
Oh, shit.
Man, how did some reason... we're going to talk about this off the air.
Classic Jason.
I had Don Swayze in here, for God's sakes. I'm gonna go through this no matter what, eventually, but not right now. Actually, it kind of works out that we don't have to go through all that bullshit. I'm just telling you. Oh my God, and that gave me a headache. That felt like homework trying to do that, and it wasn't even the right goddamn movie.
Don Swayze.
Don Swayze.
Patrick Swayze's brother.
The movie has Patrick Swayze in it.
Oh, really? You're taking this to Steel Dawn?
No. Was Don Swayze in that?
No, Patrick Swayze is in that.
No, I know, but I mean, I'm saying this movie, which I had never heard of. It's called Powder Blue. Ever heard of that?
No.
I don't even know what it's about. It just had Patrick Swayze and Don Swayze in it.
Oh.
I feel like I'm going crazy saying Swayze so much. And I don't think I realized that Swayze rhymed with crazy.
Oh,
God.
Jesus.
Do you want to just stop now?
I think that's the end of our podcast. Yep.
Take all the tapes into the desert and bury them. Oh, wait. Everything's digital now.
Can we bury the digital files?
You could.
Sorry, guys.
Maybe the apocalypse will take care of all of that.
Why don't you take us down your yarn from where you were? Which
was James LeGros.
Okay.
See, you guessed that I did that. Maybe you just know me, but... Okay. Take a deep breath.
Oh, wow.
Point Break is involved. Look, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I will say...
Because...
Okay, this movie that we're going to watch soon... I'll say. I don't want to give away everything, but...
Damn it.
I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Okay.
But we did watch something not too long ago that had, for a brief second, it wasn't a movie, we were watching something on YouTube for the podcast. It was like a documentary type thing.
Sure.
That had this guy in it, and I saw him and I was like, holy shit. But I've only seen this movie a couple of times, so it'll be fun to watch. It is written and directed by a guy named Jim Van Bebber.
We did talk about Jim Van Bebber.
He was pissed off because he was trying to get a movie made, I think. And somebody kind of like beat him to the punch or something with this guy that was going to produce it. I don't remember exactly what the situation was. But
I remember talking about it.
Yeah, I'll have to. Yeah, we'll go back.
Nick, if you're listening, please recite our notes from the last 32 podcasts.
Our minutes from the last meeting. Anyway, he is like a Sam Raimi type. He is a, homegrown, low budget. His first movie, I don't even know what the budget was on it, but, cheaper than Evil Dead by thousands of dollars, I would assume. He's from Ohio.
Okay.
He went to film school, and when he was about to start his sophomore year, he dropped out and took his student loan, which was like $10,000, and made this movie.
Can you do that without?
He doesn't seem like the type that would give a shit.
So can I enroll in some classes, get some student loans, and then just go make a movie?
I don't see why not. And then Elizabeth Warren will forgive it all, and you won't even have to pay it back.
Okay.
Boom.
We need to talk after the show.
We'll talk
off air.
Yes. How to get money illegally. I don't know why I whispered that. So... let me throw away these 4 pages of my yarn wall here. Okay.
You're such a dork.
Oh, God. Why?
I don't know.
I think it's because I wanted to watch Point Break, and I was like, any reason to,
But that's not what we're watching next week.
No, it's not.
Are we watching Deadbeat at Dawn?
Yes, we are.
Are you shit?
Yeah.
How did you get from Don Swayze to this?
Well, Don Swayze
There is nobody in this movie. How am I supposed to get out of this movie?
That's what I thought too. But listen, Don Swayze, right. Just imagine how I went back from James LeGros. Imagine if I had a brain.
Imagine if you did it correctly.
So Patrick Swayze and Don Swayze, that was my killing blow right there. It was like, he'll never see this. I'm really gonna impress Tim. I got both of the Swayze brothers in the same movie. It could have even been a TV movie. I don't know. Anyway, so Don Swayze was in a movie called Beach Babes from Beyond.
Yes, I saw that.
It was in the same 4 or 5 years where all of those movies had those titles. And they basically were like beach movies, but with supernatural elements in them. And Linnea Quigley usually popped up
kind of like the Wraith in there with the...
Yeah, but more stupid than that.
Okay.
Like, the one with...
Reel it in. Use your big words.
I'm done.
Oh.
Downtown Julie Brown. No, not Downtown Julie Brown. Regular Julie Brown.
Regular Julie Brown.
Anyway. Okay, so this is going to get dark. Guys, if you're having suicidal thoughts, don't listen to the next paragraph of what I'm about to say.
Don't clean your guns while you're listening to this.
Exactly. Don Swayze was in Beach Babes from Beyond with Burt Ward, the guy that played Robin from the old Batman series.
Yes.
Anyway, Burt Ward was in a movie called Virgin High. Feel free to look that up if you want to.
I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing.
It's not.
Robin in Virgin High. That's...
Man, it's always so uncomfortable when those old guys are
I see it right there. So you got through Michelle Bauer?
Yes. Michelle Bauer, Scream Queen.
Okay, yes. I'm already looking at Michelle Bauer, yes.
She was in a movie in 94 called Demented, which I did not bother to...
Hey, look at that. There's Puppet Master 3, Toulon's Revenge.
Yeah. Charles Band was in there somewhere, but I didn't... That wasn't what I was trying to fuck up on. It was the other thing. And Jim Van Bebber was in Demented. I don't know why. Okay. I don't know why.
What year was Demented again?
94.
94.
Deadbeat at Dawn is 88. So... Okay, Jim Van Bebber. So does that satisfy you? Are you done laughing at me now?
No, I'm not.
God damn it.
Tune in next week where I continue to laugh at Jason for an hour.
This is going to become my, what was I making fun of you for? I don't want to make this a...
Who can fuck up the worst? I was saying dick all the time. This is...
Yeah, it was...
This is way funnier than me saying dick.
You're right. So this guy, like I said, hometown auteur, got some money together. Everybody in Deadbeat at Dawn is a friend or a relative.
Okay.
This guy's just a real fucking character. There's a bunch of interviews with him. I mean, every interview has beer in one hand and a cigarette in the other.
I want to party with this guy.
His name is Goose in Deadbeat. Jim Van Bebber is the titular Deadbeat.
Okay.
His name is Goose. Okay.
So read it off for me. Hit me.
The poster tells you more than the IMDb thing. He quit the gangs. They killed his girl. He became Deadbeat at Dawn. I mean,
okay.
That's what else do you need to know? Really, there isn't much more because it's just a non-stop nunchuck. I need to know who did the special effects because there is so much blood in this movie. So many realistic stunts and knife fights. I mean, somebody for sure died during the making of this movie.
Okay.
But I mean, just to get you dialed in, this is street trash is like Chinatown compared to this movie. It's on a new, different level.
Why have I not seen this, though?
It just got a re-release from Arrow.
Awesome.
And before that, I want to say it might be on YouTube, but if it is, I mean, the Arrow, the new version is I mean, it's a pretty crappy movie. It looks beautiful after they're done with it.
And you saw this, how did you watch this?
I don't know how I came across this. It's been a few years ago. I want to say that it was released somehow. It feels a lot like a Trauma movie. If you've ever seen like Trauma's War, it feels a lot like that.
Awesome. Okay.
He said he and some friends, 2 other friends who ended up, I think they have like producer credits. Maybe not in this, but he's made a handful of other movies. He's actually made more than I thought. And he's still making movies. But anyway, him and a couple of friends went and saw Evil Dead when it came out. And were like, if these guys can do that, why can't we do the same thing? And, I mean, Evil Dead was much more successful.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's it. That's it. That's all I was going to say.
That's all you got.
Anyway, and so that's what they did, and it feels like that. It feels like the old version of Evil Dead that we probably watched, everything's so like washed out and, but somehow made it creepier and more realistic, That's kind of how this feels. All the action is like, it is so bloody. He loses body parts, like, throughout.
Like, loses them. The character does?
The character does.
Or he's got a bag of body parts and he just keeps losing them. I'm so clumsy.
Oh. No, he's like, that type. He's like a more lucid Matthew McConaughey. But anyway.
He's losing his own body parts?
Yes.
Like Brundlefly?
A little bit.
Finds part of an ear and a penis in his medicine cabinet?
Yes. There's a penis in there?
I'm pretty sure there's a penis.
Yeah. I think you just wanted it to be a penis.
Oh, wait. You mean dick?
Yep. It's the 57th time.
If you didn't know, guys, that is the word of the day. It's like Pee-wee's Playhouse. Anytime you say dick, it's like, ah!
Let's do that. This episode would be like 30 minutes longer if we did that. Yeah. Whoever did the special effects and stunts. Stunts in quotes. There's a scene where he has his arm stuck inside of a window of a car door, and they are like dragging him along brick walls, trying to get him off. And it's like, and he seems like the type that would just be, whatever it takes. So, which makes the movie fun.
So very gross, disgusting horror flick.
Maybe not gross and disgusting, but definitely bloody and super violent. Like there is just violence throughout. So.
All right. So help me one more time. Tell me how you got from Jim Beber to Michelle Bauer.
Jim Beber and Michelle Bauer are in Demented together.
Okay. All right, then. Right there, Michelle Bauer was in a movie called The Tomb in 1988 with John Carradine.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
That's about the quickest yarn you could ever have.
Don Swayze. Wouldn't even have thought about Don Swayze.
Thank you for making us talk about Don Swayze.
What if they remade Roadhouse with Don Swayze instead of Patrick Swayze?
All right. I'd love to see him get the shit beat out of him.
Yeah. At least have him be like the Sam Elliott character or something.
All right. So next week, we're going to watch Deadbeat at Dawn.
Yep.
1988 zero budget film.
Yep.
Would you say?
$10,000 is what he said he got from the school. Wow. But I have to imagine at least $2,000 of that was for beer. And also, I think it's like Evil Dead, where I think they started filming it in like 86 or something, and then finally completed it in 88. So,
oh wow,
feels like
so
that.
Are we going to see different hair lengths, different ages of the characters?
I don't know, but I do think that it took like a couple of years to get it done and out. So,
all right,
yep. It'll be fun.
Deadbeat at Dawn, 1988. Where can we see it? You say it was on Shudder?
Yes, they recently re-released it. I don't remember if it's on Amazon or Shudder, but Joe Bob also did it for season 7.
Wow.
So that is also fun to watch, or will be fun to watch.
It says here you can also see it on Tubi for free.
Oh, nice.
God.
Oh my God.
Tubi should really start like paying us some money.
Couldn't like a child watch Tubi if they needed to?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would be very
disappointed in your child watching this on Tubi. You're like, no, the Shudder version looks so much clearer.
Yeah, you idiot.
The resolution.
Yeah.
You gotta understand.
Just sit closer.
Yeah. Burn our eyes out like we did. We burnt our eyes and brains by sitting way too close to the TV. And that's what got us where we are today.
Yeah.
Super nerds.
Brain rot.
I got the brain rot.
Brain hurts.
All right. Well, let's just get a cure for our brain hurting today. Let's finish this bitch up. What do you say,
God,
Jason?
I'm exhausted.
Me too. You were off today. I had to work.
Oh, I worked.
Oh, I'm telling you, I worked.
I like that laugh. That seems legitimate. Are you working on your 7 years from now laugh?
I'm working on an allergy attack.
Oh,
I can't breathe.
I see. That's how you get that mucusy sound.
That's it. All right, Jason, why don't you tell everybody where they can find us?
Just go to themoratorium.com.
Themoratorium.com. It's got everything you need.
Yep.
Check out our YouTube channel and the playlists. I've been playing with the playlist a little bit more and building it up and showing everybody the different shit that I've been posting on social media. So if you're not on social media, go check out my clips that I've collected just for you on all of our other shit. I have yet to put one together for the Sentinel, and I'm sure the famous masturbation scene is going to be in there, I'm sure.
Thank you, Beverly Deangelo.
How I can avoid it for making me feel uncomfortable.
Yep.
I think I watched this with my wife, and I was just like, oh. Hey.
I didn't know that this part was in. Let me just fast forward this. Kind of boggle the remote.
As I'm making a note of the timestamp in the film.
Okay. I'm sorry.
All right, guys. If you want to help us with this podcast, you can do that by giving us your money.
Yep. Tale as old as time.
We're cheap, guys, but if you want to help support us, you can do it for as little as $1 a month. You want to help us out a little bit more? I'm going to throw you some extra shit. Why don't I sell this really good? You're going to get some shit, guys.
You want some shit? I'm going to give you some shit.
I got some shit. I got truckloads of shit back here.
Hey, kid, come over here. You want some shit? I got it right here. Right here.
You almost sound like Sly again there.
I think my allergies are allowing me to
really hit those low, crooked chin notes.
Crooked chin notes.
If you want to give us $3 a month, I'm going to start giving you some extra stuff. You get the director's cuts of our movie episodes. That's right, guys. I do cut a lot out of our movie episodes, but if you want the extras, you got to give a little bit, and you can get a little bit.
Yep.
You capiche?
Yeah, you sound like a old-timey drug dealer.
Hey, guys. Hey, you want some shit? I got some shit.
I got some dick, too.
Yikes.
Yowza.
All right, guys, check us out on social media. You can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm posting shit all the time. The Facebook group continues to grow. We're having a great time on there.
Yep. On MySpace, Tinder.
Not so much.
Grindr.
Go to Grindr, go to Tinder. You can
get some shit.
Pay me to put my clothes back on.
That would, yeah.
Nobody wants to see this. Not even my wife. I got to cut that out. She might be listening. She's right behind you, Tim.
The calls are coming from inside your wife.
All right, guys, let's shut this down. Jason, you got anything to add about The Sentinel? Yes, the last movie we watched was The Sentinel.
I will keep it to myself.
All right.
Okay.
Say goodnight, podcast.
Meow. I'm going to stop feeding him and see if that helps.
All right, guys. Night-night.
Good night.
You've been listening to The Yarn Wall, an MT Cornfield production. Tune in next week when we have our cemetery training session with Deadbeat at dawn. The nunchuck violence alone is, well, you had me at nunchuck violence. If you have any movie suggestions, or just want to tell us how much we really suck, you can contact us at moviemoratorium@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and long live VHS.
Why do we say good night? Because, we only assume that people could be listening to this during the day.
Yeah, it is night now.
Well, in our time, in real time.
You're absolutely right.
Good night, guys.
Something to think about. Oh, are we still on? Oh, my God. Let's turn this off.